Hi everyone, we're here talking about spirit guides and how to communicate with them. First of all, you should know if you're listening to this channel that we are not just energy in a physical body, but we are all energetic beings that are just temporarily in this physical body, but have existed. You have existed for a long time before you focused yourself into this physical body. Not only did you exist, you had other experiences in other bodies, you had relationships with all different kinds of beings in physical bodies and outside the physical body as an energetic being. So you are an incredibly old, eternal being that will not die ever. And you are here on earth having this fun little ride in this playground that we call Earth that is sometimes not fun, but when you figure out the key to working with it, you can make it one of the most magical, fun experiences of your life. And it can be both physical and spiritual at the same time. It can be a physical experience where you get a lot of joy out of being in a body and working with your five physical senses and creating physical things and having relationships with other people. And yet you can also be spiritually attuned at the same time and know that you are much bigger than that, but that you're bringing down that energy into a physical body and creating with other people here on earth for the fun of it and for the learning of it and for the joy of creating something physical. So understanding that we are bigger than our one lives and that we are bigger than this than the way we feel encapsulated in the physical body will help you tremendously in both your physical life and your spiritual life, because you have incredible number of connections in your spiritual life. Whether you have them in your physical life or not doesn't matter. In your spiritual life, nobody ever came here without friends in spiritual form, in energetic form, spiritual beings that said, we will help you and assist you while you go down there, and we will be here for you to talk to when you are there and when you're focused in that life. So everyone has one main spiritual guide, and often more than that are looking down on you on earth, not literally down, but that are focused with you while you're on earth. And whether you know it or not, you have a spiritual part of you that is in connection with them and communicating with them. So really you're communicating with your spiritual guide all the time. The spiritual part of you is. What you want is you want your conscious mind to be aware of that, and your conscious mind to harvest the benefit of that as well. Because a lot of people, when they get a good idea, it feels to them sometimes like, oh, I just had a good idea. But the truth is that the spiritual part of you often gets that idea from somewhere else. And when you're very tuned in to your energy and to your energetic being, you can feel when that idea comes from somewhere like your spiritual guide, because you feel the energy of it and how it feels different than your normal day-to-day mind thoughts. It feels bigger, it feels more exciting, and it feels, just has the energy like it's come from somewhere else rather than more limited thinking. So even though we're energy, we're not like stuck inside our physical body. We are an energetic being that is very vast, very large and very vast. And part of us is focused in your physical body. A good way to think of that as an analogy would be like, let's say that you're a parent. You're an adult parent, but you're also a school teacher. So you go to school and you act like a school teacher. You are a school teacher during the day. That's part of you. You're partly focused as a school teacher and you're partly in school. But in reality, you also exist in many different places too. You exist at home, you exist at the grocery store, you exist going camping on the weekends. There's a bigger entity that is you than just the school teacher part of you. So that's a good analogy to think of the way you are a larger spiritual entity. Part of you is in this physical body, but there is more of you going on than just that. And the more of you sees the larger plan for your life and can help you map that out, along with your spirit guide friends that can also give you information. Now, the benefit of having this kind of open communication with the spiritual part of you is that spirit is not, energy is not limited by space and time the way our physical bodies are. We can only be in one space and one time at once. We can call someone on the telephone, but it's hard to be talking to 10 different people at once and having a conversation with them at one time. Or if you're on Zoom doing that and your connection gets lost, then it's lost. In the energetic world, you can be talking to 100 different beings at one time. You can be talking to someone on the other side of the world. You can be talking to several different people in all different sides of the world, on all different sides of the world. Also, time is not limited in that you can see the probabilities in the future. And let's say, for instance, you here want to find an employee that's really good, and that meets all the criteria that you have. There might be certain ways for you to do that, like go on the internet and post a job opening. Or there may be somebody that lives down the street from you that would be a perfect match to work in your business. Let's say that you really need someone that lives close, so that they could come in more often if you needed them. Energetically, the spiritual world can see that and see that connection instantly and doesn't have to go looking for it resume by resume. So if you're connected to your spiritual guides, you may be drawn to go and have coffee somewhere, and that person who may be looking for a job may be drawn to go and have coffee at the same coffee shop at the same time that you are, and you may meet that way. That's what I mean by the energetic world isn't limited by space and time. your spirit guides and your larger spiritual entity can see those connections without looking through resumes. So that is why when you have that connection, it's easier to make decisions and easier to make things happen for you, because you're working in a way in the world that most people are not working. You're working outside space and time because you're going off your intuition that's leading you to places that where what you want is there. And that might be a person that you're meeting, it might be someone that you're going to date, it might be an employee, it might be someone to go rock climbing with. Whatever it is that you want is there, and connecting with it is so much easier when you're in connection with your spiritual guides, because not only do your guides know what you want and where what you want is, but they also know everybody else in the world, and their guides know what they want, so they can connect you so much quicker. Really, the main way to connect with your guides is either in meditation or in trance. So, and they're very similar. Meditation is about going into trance. Trance is maybe a more deeper meditation. Meditation can be done for relaxation or for a trance state, but they kind of go hand in hand. So developing that skill of being able to meditate into where you go into a very deep relaxation state is the way to get in touch with your spiritual guides, and also not forcing it, not forcing mentally seeing someone or hearing someone or doing any of that. So it's practicing going into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation in meditation. Your guides are there, whether you know it or not. They want to communicate with you more openly, whether you know that or not. So you don't have to worry about any of that. When people say, oh, my guides aren't just there, or aren't there right now, or no one's talking to me right now, or any of that, that's not the case. What the case is that for some reason you haven't been able to get into the state where you can connect with them. And that's okay, because that happens to everyone. It's just a skill that you develop. And it's also a trust. If this is new to you, learning how to trust that connection is extremely important. And building up your understanding of when that connection is real and there and authentic, and when it was just your mind trying to fill in the blanks because you weren't actually in a state where you were connecting. And the only way that you're going to do that is through experimentation. You're going to be like, oh, I just had this idea to go to this coffee shop, and you're going to go there, and either you're going to feel great and it's going to work out, in which case you know that intuition came from somewhere deeper, or for some reason it doesn't work out and you go back to the drawing board and you're like, okay, where did that intuition come from? How did I feel when I got that? And learn the difference between the two. Okay, that is all for now. I hope you found it interesting and useful. If you want to see more of these kind of videos, like, comment, and subscribe below. It really does help. Also, if you are interested in individual sessions, you can go to consciouscreativelife.com and also sign up for the mailing list there, when you can find out when further videos will come out. Thanks all for being here.